Uh-oh. Oh, please. Jesus. Why? I just don't want it to be great. And I don't understand why. Oh, listen. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm in Houston, Texas, and we don't have any power. So I'm in my car over here trying to be great. Okay? So pray for us. All right. So I just wanted to come on here and talk about Shitty Diddy. I didn't give him a new name. And everything that has been going on in the media regarding Cassie's lawsuit, and all of the people who love to victim shame people and blame victims and just need to let the legal system play out because they don't want to admit they don't like victims, and all the other people who are like, stop trying to take down our black kings. It's like, all right, girl, you going over there with Diddy? No? Okay, then shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. It's interesting to me that it always seems to be even more women that want to attack victims of any kind, and especially black women. Listen, I don't understand it. It makes no sense. When you do stuff like that and your daughter, your cousin, your niece, your mom, or whomever else, your bestie, ends up a victim of some idiot, then what are you going to say? You're going to want the whole world to get online and criticize her for whatever choice she made? And let me just go ahead, if I haven't said it enough, and dispel this idea that, you know, every time there's a victim that comes forward and there's some sort of wealthy man involved in the allegation, then it has to be a money grab for her, right? That's the only logical thing we can do, right? Well, really, it's not the only logical thing we can do, right? It's not even logical. Let's start there, right? Um, but for the people in the back, come to the front. I would love for you guys that are in the back that I just summoned to the front to um, one second. Yeah, to come out of this archaic thinking that somehow women are idiots and uneducated, unintelligent, incompetent, helpless beings that can't provide for ourselves. We in order for us to come up, quote unquote, and be successful in life, we have to somehow attribute that come up to a man, right? So that's what we do with victims in our society, because we have a toxic, fault finding society that we live in. It just is what it is. And for all the people who want to blame and still get online and harass this young lady or any woman or any victim, really, before you do all of that, ask yourself, why do you immediately go to questioning the victim? Why is that your immediate response? Why is that your go to? That is just like, to me, that that thought process is very similar to thought processes of people like Diddy. Yeah, it is. It's very adjacent to that because guess what? That's what a narcissist who feels that he can beat on you or assault you or control you or whatever. That's how those people think. They're the ones that come home mad for whatever reason, just because it's Monday, and then goes to beating up his wife, baby mama, girlfriend, whatever she is, and then blames her, right? He's going to have that same exact process and 1,000 questions. Why didn't you do this? Why isn't my dinner made? What makes you think you can be on the phone? I told you don't have people over my house. On and on and on. It's the same type of let me control the voice of the innocent person. Let me beat them down so much so that they'll go into submission. It's the exact same reason why women and other victims don't like to come forward. Because y'all love to sit online and terrorize people, especially victims within the inch of their life. Ask yourself, why do you think that? Why is that the first thing you think? I could tell you why. There's two reasons. One, your mindset is the same as any other perpetrator. Let's start with the person who had some sort of egregious attack on them. Let's start there, because that's what a narcissist would do, right? We're gonna start with you. We're gonna gaslight you, make you seem crazy because you decided to make a different choice than possibly them. Now, granted, there's a million people, I'm included, that will say that wasn't the best choice. I'm not gonna say that to the victim though. It's not my place. Mind your business with regard to things like that. You don't there is no need to bash people like that. We live in this, man, our society just has a disease of fault finding. And it's this backwards logic that somehow this woman or whatever victim needs this man for this money, as if we're so stupid and we're just some sort of drones. And when I say we, victims and or women victims, um, but the only path to success for these idiots and other people that are trying to shame her is clearly through people like Diddy, right? Yeah, it's all the people in the back come to the front. All of the people that's talking about a money grab. For those people that are want to continuously try to shame victims into submission and to within an inch of their life because they said something, ask yourself why you don't have any questions for the perpetrator. Why are you not keeping that same energy? Why are you not asking the perpetrator why any person, and especially someone's long-term girlfriend, why people like Cassie are saying and accusing Sean Diddy Combs, Shitty Combs? Why would she be filing a lawsuit against you for these type of egregious? for these type of egregious acts. Why? Why are you not asking Sean Puffy Combs and all the other violent offenders out here? Why would you treat a woman like that? Why would you treat anyone like that? That's not the next logical step in your questioning. Like, make it make sense, right? So to me, for you to ask the victim all these 3,000 questions, that lets me know you have very little, you have a very minimal scope of knowledge. I just need you to go to school and read a book. Go work at a domestic violence shelter. Go work at the children's assessment center. And then when you leave there, go and talk to if we're going to talk about violence against women or violence against victims, I want all of the people online who are terrorizing people like Cassie to go talk to your daddy. Talk to all of the people, all the men you know. Let's start with them. Go talk to your daddy, your cousin, you know, your uncle, your past 5 boyfriends and 2 other baby daddies, your friends and your besties. Go talk to them about why consistently men are continuously the perpetrators. Go have that conversation with them and then go read, I don't know, somewhere between 2 and 20 peer reviewed, um, heavily researched studies that provide credible empirical data. Google is not empirical data. Okay? Studies, and many of those are needed to say something like this has a certain outcome or has a certain type of statistics associated with it. That's what empirical data is. You need people on that PhD level that are writing articles and writing books to review these other people over here that swear they did a study. Right? No different than we go to the doctor or the pharmacy to pick up your medication. You want the pharmacist to be informed, right? So go talk to somebody and read studies done by people who are informed about this subject matter. And I don't really care about all the people that want to say, oh, she hates men, this, that, and the third. Please believe me, I don't give a shit about your opinion regarding stuff about things like this because it's just asinine. But for those people that's in the back, that want to say, she just doesn't like men or she just wants to bash men. No, you're inaccurate. That's an inaccurate statement. And there is no truth in it. What is truthful is I don't like anyone who physically puts their hands on others without any sort of provocation. They don't have to be provoked. You just come home and slapping women around or slapping your same-sex partner around. Why? So I don't care about the people who think about, oh, she's just like men. Just please go sit down somewhere. Because you know what? I'm not concerned about your fragility around me giving facts and credible information to the people. I can sit on this YouTube channel and talk to you about this because I've worked in sex crimes, I've worked for child welfare systems, and I'm a therapist. So guess what? All the way around, there's all kinds of research that I've done, right? And personal experience in the field, on site with victims and perpetrators. So I know what I'm talking about. But again, throw me out the window. Ask yourself why you're just so susceptible to being a drone. Because that to me is what you are. Those type of people that think like P. Diddy and want to minimize uh, people like Cassie and make her feel worse. When in reality, we should be lifting this lady up and saying, thank God she made it out, because so many people don't. Go work, like I said, go work at one of those shelters. Then go read a book. And then you can come and talk to me about why whatever it is that you think is your logical reason to blame victims for something that has happened to them. Just go get your brain out of the tree or wherever it is you left it. I'm just saying. Okay, let's move on. So, there's been a lot of chatter online today and in the news, and lots of people, specifically some celebrities, were apologizing to Cassie because now they have this footage that CNN leaked, or whoever gave it to CNN, however they obtained it. They have this footage, supposedly a verified footage of that shows Shitty Diddy chasing, Cassie down the hall and beating on her and all of those things. It shows his aggression. So, it proves her right. Where is that one idiot? What's his name? That was on Love and Hip Hop. Stevie J? Peter, what's that guy's name from Atlanta Housewives? Peter Thomas? Come back to the front. I need you to get online and go and apologize to that lady. I'm not surprised, because Stevie J is a whole fool, an entire one. So it's not shocking. But yeah, so it's like, it's a tired narrative that, women are so incompetent and stupid and can't possibly do for themselves. All we can think to do is depend on a man. If you know why people think stuff like that, it's because that's how they are. They think their self-esteem is low. So therefore, everybody else has to be just as low. Sorry. Thought I saw a bug in my car. I'm like, what the hell? Anyway. um but I even with the evidence, I still don't see, you know, Shitty Diddy going to jail. Is there a chance he could get arrested? There is. He probably will get arrested. But I still don't think he's going to go to jail. And there's a few reasons why. He likely will never see the inside of a jail. Behind door number one, he's going to cut a deal, just like he did with Cassie. His lawyers are going to say they have a mountain of evidence against you, Mr. Shitty Diddy, and it's undeniable. So if you go to court, you can roll your dice with the jury, but you are no longer in public favor. You no longer have public favor. So if I'm his attorney, I wouldn't let him go to court. So because he would lose. But again, he's not going to court. If he does, I will come on his YouTube and say I was wrong. Another reason. Excuse me, guys. I haven't been asleep. Another reason it's probably unlikely that this man will get convicted and go to jail is because, one, for the reasons I said earlier, but like I said on the previous video, there were only white men in the room when when they drafted the Constitution and a Declaration of Independence. So those people wrote the laws. And I promise you, they wrote them in their favor. How on earth can you write a law that says someone can physically or sexually A me? You know what that word is, right? It's spelled ASS. Finish it. How can someone do that to me? And then the law can say, you don't have a right. You have a time limit to someone beating the hell out of you. Why are you putting a time limit on something like that, anyways? That to me, again, it's illogical. But like I said, who's it written by? So it's written by and for white men. Well, let's be very clear, right? That's who it's written for. It's not written for women. Women didn't even have rights when they wrote that. Women, listen, for the people in the back, go look up when women got the right to buy their own property or apply for a credit card or buy a vehicle or vote. It's not that long ago. But go look it up. Educate yourself. Also, too, the reason he probably won't get convicted, just like Epstein and whomever else, he's wealthy. And let's be clear, wealth does not buy you happiness or joy, but wealth will and can buy you options. Sure can. It can buy you a team of the hardest hitting attorneys alive. Look at the OJ case. He had the strongest team alive. And guess what happened? He got off. Also, his Shitty Diddy's team of attorneys or whomever else, they're gonna do their damnedest. But again, this ain't going to court because they're gonna settle. He's gonna take some sort of plea. But provided that doesn't happen and he don't want to take a plea or whatever, and his attorneys have to defend him at court, they ain't gonna do nothing but obstruct with a million different appeals on this and appeals on that, and we need a new date for this and a new date for that. The court date may not even start until a year from whatever time he's arrested. So I promise you he'll make bail unless the judge doesn't set bail or says he's not eligible for it. But I'm not sure how that works. He may have the legal right to get bail. But if it's if it's a judge that really don't want you to have it, it's as far as court systems go, the judge is God in the courtroom. Period. Whatever they say goes. You can object to it, and they can also hold you in contempt and put your ass in a jail cell with the other criminals like P Diddy. So most attorneys don't want to have that problem. Um, let's see. But I wanted to touch a little bit on why people like Diddy and I was about to say Einstein, Epstein, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, and all those others, or just regular Joe Blows that people have in a family, these other regular people, right? They they ask, well, why is it that and how is it that, this has been going on all this time and Diddy was never Diddy never thought, oh, I'll get caught or I'll get in trouble for this. There's a few reasons why. Let's start with the entertainment industry is savage. Let's start there. And if you're a cash cow, which Diddy was, then they're gonna protect that. It's the same reason why Weinstein was protected. He made his movies made billions of dollars. So yeah, we're gonna protect him. Of course. Epstein too. How many years was that man? Well, let's not even get started. Before he got finally, when they finally were able to get Epstein on anything, you know what they told Epstein? They said you have to plea to saying you were with a prostitute. And I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what they charged him with. They ain't charging with, oh, you're having sex with people who cannot um couldn't, oh, what's the right word for it? I was gonna say comply, but that's not the right word. They can't consent. So why y'all not charging him with, human trafficking or sex trafficking? Because he has money and power. And what did I say about that? Buys you options. But the reason also too that Diddy, to me, the biggest reason I feel that Diddy never stopped. One, he's psychotic in my opinion. But I think the other part of it too is male privilege. That goes back to like what I said about, the Constitution and the lawmakers. Um, but even if you throw away all of that and you just look at it on its head, Diddy knows that we live in a very toxic world that blames women for everything. If the man gets a divorce, it's the wife's fault. It just is what it is. If he has sex with some other woman and cheats on her, it's the wife's fault. No, it's his fault. He wasn't that drunk. Cause let's be clear, you was that drunk. How you drive to the hotel, to the telly? Okay, how'd you get your clothes off? You were so drunk you don't remember. Stop it. But again, we want to pacify and have all these, you know, excuses for bad behavior so that we cannot double standards as well. So that we cannot. I was just looking around outside. I'm like, I thought I heard something. I'm like, somebody walking past my house. We don't play them type of games. In my neighborhood, you need to be asleep. Okay, you got a job to go to or Sunday service. Listen, stop it. Anyway, but to me, I liken it to white privilege. Diddy's thought process. The reason why he wouldn't it wouldn't occur to him that he couldn't get away with it. I liken it to white privilege. It's the same reason that white people can call the police. Remember that lady from New York? She called the police for that on the black guy that was sitting in the park, bird watching. She called the police in the park because he said, "Can you please?" I'm paraphrasing. This isn't an area for you and your dogs, ma'am. And he was right, and he was well within his rights to say so. But how dare you try to tell me anything? So, let's call the police and say some big black man is doing something to me. Why? Why does that lady know she can weaponize that? Because she's privileged, right? So Diddy understands he has male privilege. That's one part of it. The other part of it is he has rich man's or rich people's privilege. He know he don't have to do none of that. He knows that he has 1,000 gatekeepers that are gonna keep, him out of jail and from being prosecuted. So why would he think anything else? Why would he think anything would happen to him? But I mean, if you put all that to the side, he watched how people and especially women reacted to Bill Cosby getting prosecuted and accused of things. The way women and others, but I don't understand. I keep emphasizing women because it's to do stuff like that, to victim blame another woman about something so egregious is asinine. But it's going against your own best interest What happens when your daughter is that girl that's talking about, R. Kelly did this to me? You gonna have that same smoke? You're a woman. You shouldn't have the smoke even without your own daughter. Anyway, so yeah, Diddy Diddy doesn't have to think about it because he knows one, powerful people in powerful places, and he has like I said, the history of just the few men that I named and how long they were doing whatever it is that they were doing and unobstructed. He knew R. Kelly could have sex with Aaliyah. She's a whole 12 years old. He is a grown ass man. I think it was what, 27, allegedly. He saw how that went down. So why would he think any different? He also knows that women still listen. Our that guy that they elected for president, that big orange guy, sat on a whole bus with some other man in entertainment, knew he was mic'd up and recording, and talked about how he could successfully, essay women and how they let you kiss them on the cheek or on the mouth because you're a celebrity. Then, so then we're going to minimize SA all the way down to locker room talk. Saying something and doing something is two totally different things, right? So yes, it's egregious to talk about it in the locker room, but it's way more egregious to actually have done it and then brag about it. And the worst part is then we're gonna overlook all of that evidence that this idiot, anyway, don't get me started. And then women promptly went and made shirts that said, women for Trump. Same thing with Diddy. I won't be shocked if there's a shirt that comes out that says women who support Diddy. Because some people are just that stupid and clueless. And I hate to say it, but some people are. But yeah, he knows he has influence. You know what's really crazy to me? I was watching something and um, P. Diddy gave some sort of, or what do I call him? Not P. Diddy. Shitty Diddy. Gave him a new name. Um, I was watching him on something the other day. I don't know if it was an award show or whatever it was, but he was standing on the stage, and lots of people on the internet was like, because he said something. He said something, and I'm paraphrasing to the effect of, "Ow! I just scratched my knee. What in the hell?" Anyway, he said something to the effect of, or in part, "I want to thank Cassie for holding me down in the dark times." That's so fucking manipulative. He did that. You know why he did that? Because he wants all the internet to, and all the blogs to make sure Cassie hears him. He wants that. He wants her. He wants to make sure because it's a manipulation. I know I ain't around her, but I still got her mind. That's his thought process. But the bigger thing to me that I got from that was, I believe there's this lady. She says she's a medium, psychic, or whatever, right? And make it make sense. His on his YouTube channel, um, and I love him. He's a really cool person. Uh, he introduced her to his audience, so to speak, months ago when the whole P Diddy. I think it was like 6 months ago. Whenever the Cassie lawsuit dropped, he did some sort of deep dive, and he was like, he basically shouted her out. And so I'm curious, so I go on her YouTube channel, and legit, if you have time, go and watch her videos about Kim Porter, Tupac, and Biggie. It is because I'm just saying, go watch it. You will be floored. And it don't matter what type of religion you have and anything else. That lady, legit, down to the day, I'm almost certain about down to the day. But when she did this video, this was before the P. Diddy stuff broke, right? The Cassie lawsuit, when she did the video. So she said that, like I said, she said she's a medium or psychic or whatever. She was saying that, Kim Porter, she was channeling Kim Porter, and Kim Porter told her that she told her a lot of things. But the thing that stood out to me is she kept saying, the Sloan Bella lady, she kept saying, I'm thinking that she said that Kim Porter was, basically telling her that it's not over. She didn't pass away the way people are saying she passed away. Kim Porter is saying that to this psychic lady. And allegedly, she said something like Kim Porter was saying it's not over. And so then the Sloan Bella lady was like, I'm thinking P. Diddy is going, what did she say? I don't remember exactly what she said, but essentially she said that things are going to start happening regarding P. Diddy and what basically Kim Porter was getting at, and this lady, around November of 2023. This is before any allegation was made by Cassie, that this lady made a video and said that she's channeling Kim Porter, and Kim Porter was basically like, in so many words, telling her, um, she was convinced it's P. Diddy's going down and it's gonna start crumbling. I think she said November 15th of 2023. Where they do that at? I ain't never had nobody time it down to the date. I was like, yo. But even if she didn't say November 15th, I think is what she said. Even if she said November of 2023, I'm still like, whoa. You know? That's, listen, I am not a conspiracy theorist of any kind. I'm a whole Christian over here. But I cannot deny that what that lady said came to pass. And like I said, watch the one about Tupac, watch the one about Biggie. Those are the ones that really, Kim Porter kind of sealed the deal for me. But that lady talks about all kinds of things she should not know. It's like, how would she know that? It's just very interesting. Because with the notorious B.I.G., when she was quote unquote channeling B.I.G., he didn't have nothing good to say about Diddy, according to that lady. Um, but I want to get back to P. Diddy and his announcement, or shout out to Cassie for holding him down during his dark times or whatever. Like I said, it's a manipulation. But whenever I saw that, the first thing I thought to myself, because at first I was like, is this old? And they just playing a playback or whatever. But when I realized, no, this just happened, I thought to myself, this man had his quote unquote best friend, Notorious B.I.G., allegedly, from what Sloan Bella said, essentially. But I'm just going to say allegedly. You had your so-called best friend murked, and then made a song about it with Faith Evans, and dancing around the stage at either the BET Awards or AMAs, or I don't know, Grammys. I have no idea what award show it was. But I remember that song, and I remember this dude dancing around. It's a whole performative act, and it is sickening How on That's why I say psychotic. That's psychotic behavior. You're in psychosis. If you can do what is being alleged that he did to his own friend and then write a song about it, that you're going to be missing him. Listen, batshit crazy. So for me, it was just like, there are the dots. The dots were there, but now they're connected. So I'm like, whoa, what is happening? So yeah, that tripped me out. But yeah, go check her out. Um, Anything else I wanted to talk about? I don't think. I think that's basically it. Let's see. Oh, let me clear this up. I don't know if I said this in my last video, but for the other people who want to say, that she did this for a money grab, and all the other people, they always say that about victims and wealthy men. Um, and they say, oh well, why didn't she leave? And she stayed, and this, that, and the third. Um, Hold on one second. If she did it for the money, how do you explain all of the victims of SA and violence in the home and all of that? How do you explain the regular Joe Blow walking around in your neighborhood, the victim in your neighborhood? How do you explain her staying with the broke man and getting physically assaulted every day for 20 years or 10 years or however long? If it's about money, if it's only about money, because women are so helpless, we can't make our own money. But even if we throw that to the side and we just look at what these idiots keep saying, it's about money, she won't clout and this, that, and the third. How do you explain all those women that didn't date some powerful man, staying with the perpetrator who was physically abusing them year after year? Come to the front. Tell me how you can explain that. You can't. It's no logic in it. Doesn't your zip code doesn't determine how evil people can be. You want more proof of that? I can promise you, Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, and the list goes. Epstein. Listen, Weinstein. I can promise you, their zip codes are not you and I zip codes. So this idea that this only happens to, certain type of women, or she has to be wanting, no. Mm-mm. No. So just start with the false narratives and outrage. But anyway, guys, let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. Let me know. Chime down in the chatterization. Um, and if Team Diddy, you can still chime down in the chatterization. Um, just be respectful and don't victim shame. You can give your opinion, because my opinion isn't the sole opinion, and maybe you have a different perspective. as to why you defending Diddy or want to wait until it, plays out in court. I can guarantee you, I probably already know the reason why you using that logic, but I'm happy to hear it. Maybe you'll enlighten me, and cause me to change my mind. It's highly unlikely because I'm a whole Leo. Okay. So my mind is very difficult to change because I think I'm right about everything. It just is what it is. And I am. Usually, I'm not right about everything, but most things I am. When it comes to, social welfare, I'm definitely informed. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please like the video, share it if you like the content. Then I also would encourage you and love it if you could smash the like button and subscribe to Chanel's Reality. Till next time, guys. Have a good one.